Hello, everyone. So it's twilight, right? Really nice night. I'm just trying to churn out a lot of these. I hope they're very interesting and fun and entertaining and all this. And I was just thinking about what I was going to talk about for this video. And in this politically correct sort of culture environment that we're now living in, the question is, what is offensive? What is offensive and what is inappropriate? What is politically incorrect? So, when you think about this, anything can be considered offensive, wrong, inappropriate. It all hinges on or depends upon um, context and timing, etc. So, I'm going to give you a few examples. You know what? Let me go back to '93, was it, with the O.J. Simpson the murder of Nicole Kidman? Nicole Kidman. I'm sorry. Sorry about that scratch. She did actually, O.J.'s wife. She did kind of look. No, not really. She had blonde hair. But anyway, so O.J. Simpson, right after the murder of Nicole Simpson. That's right, Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman. Um, a few days afterwards, there was it may have been a week. Who knows? It's a long time ago, but on the cover of Time magazine, they had O.J. Simpson's face, and they darkened it, right, to make him look more ominous, a darker figure. And there was a whole bunch of controversy. It is a crazy thing for Time magazine to do that, and they admitted to it too. So the next day, Howard Stern was on Letterman. I believe it was David Letterman, and he comes on, and he has, I forget, he had a T-shirt of OJ or something, and he had a black marker, and he started like like coloring it in to make it darker. He was playing on that Time magazine, and everyone was like shocked. They were silent, and then they kind of booed. It just did not work. Now, anyone, obviously, later on, we know that O.J. Simpson killed his wife and Ron Goldman, and the whole thing is crazy, and you could basically say anything about this. But at the time, it was so unbelievably inappropriate, because of the timing, right? So, and I'll give you another example fairly recently, and I actually did a video recording about this with Neil deGrasse Tyson. So right after the shootings last week, the El Paso and Dayton, Ohio shootings, Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted something to the effect that yes, 29 people were killed, but hey, more people die in the 24-hour time frame, whatever it was, in car accidents, medical errors, all these things. So he goes, let's keep this in perspective. Now, what Neil deGrasse Tyson said was true. Nothing he stated was untrue. It was factual, but it was the timing. Like, you don't fucking say that like the next day. Like, people are dead. All right, so you have that. Now, let me give you some more examples of things that can be inappropriate or wrong or offensive. Now, let me just talk about with me. I had a friend who was very concerned about ED, erectile dysfunction or something. He was taking some sort of medication. I believe it was an SSRI, and he was really unhappy that it was affecting his, his penis, and he couldn't have sex. And here he was. This was at the time when I was thinking about whether or not I'm going to live. I was, the doctors thought I had this horrible neurodegenerative disease. So I'm thinking about ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, multiple sclerosis, and then I hear this guy on the phone over and over, like, oh, my dick's not working. I'm like, I got fucking bigger concerns, man. I got bigger fish to fry. I'm like, holy shit. Like, what I'm dealing with right now. I'm like, so Had he talked to me when I wasn't sick, it'd be like, oh yeah, that must be a bummer. That's definitely a concern, you know. So let me give you one more kind of example where something is inappropriate or offensive or whatever. Um, uh, so you're at a funeral, like no jokes at a funeral, obviously. Or how about here's another example of something that's inappropriate. I had a long, long time ago a friend who, this is back when I was a kid in high school, and he was murdered. He was actually stabbed to death, and it was just horrible. I mean, for at least a year afterwards, I could not watch a horror movie or a slasher movie or whatever. So just imagine if, say, like a Rob Zombie, right? So fast forward like a today, like a Rob Zombie does these really hardcore horror movies. They are hard to watch. They're very good and well done, but they're freaking sick, man. And there's a lot of stabbing. So just imagine me or the family or whatever seeing Rob Zombie at the wake or the funeral. All right. So I think I've given some good examples here, and I'd be interested to hear what other people have to say. Political correctness, saying inappropriate things, things that are offensive. Okay.